We're reading Tosafot on Chaf Amud Aleph again. I'm recording it this time and I'm reading it in class, so you guys could pause me and ask questions. That's fine, but I'm also going to post this afterwards so everyone could have it. We're reading the Tosafot on Chaf Amud Aleph. Zeh ein nehana v'zeh ein chazerhu. We had learned this in class, but we did it outside of our notes because it wasn't in the packet. So some people may have notes on it, but that's why I'm reading it for you guys now. Okay, Zeh ein nehana v'zeh ein chazerhu. So what's Tosafot quoting from the Gemara? The Gemara had said this is a case of where there is no monetary benefit and there is no loss. So remember, the Gemara had initially started this whole sugya with the question of hadar b'chatzar chaver shalom midato. If somebody sleeps over in somebody else's courtyard without the owner's knowledge, do they have to then pay for the rent for the night that they slept there? And the Gemara then asked, okay, what's the case? What are the details of the case? And the Gemara gave all different options of what it might be until it ended up landing on it was a case of zeh and lo chaser. However, before it got to that, the Gemara had suggested maybe it's a chaser that was kaima la'agra, right? A courtyard that was established, right? Usually, a chaser that is not usually rented out, lo kaima la'agra, and a person, lo avid l'megar, a person who would not usually rent out, and that would be a case, the Gemara said, of zeh lo nehana v'zeh lo chaser. And what's the deen for zeh lo nehana v'zeh lo chaser? Patur. Okay, so the Gemara, Tosafot is just picking up where the Gemara had discussed the case of zeh lo nehana v'zeh lo chaser and said that obviously if somebody didn't get benefit and they did not cause loss to the other person, they would not have to pay for anything. However, Tosafot now brings up another case that the Gemara did not discuss that's related, but the Gemara didn't actually bring it up. And Tosafot started by saying, "Afilu b'chatzar dekaim la'agra v'gavra delo avid l'megar." Even if we were talking about a courtyard that was usually rented out, and a person that would not usually pay to rent out a place to sleep, meaning the person has a place to sleep for free, hava matzeh l'meimar, what it means to say is de patur, that he would be patur. So just like in a case of zeh lo nehana v'zeh lo chaser, the squatter would be patur, so too in a case of zeh lo nehana v'zeh chaser, the squatter would be patur. Why? Kivan shelo nehana af al pi shagaram hafseid l'chavero. Since the squatter did not get any monetary benefit, and even though he caused loss to his friend. Okay, so Tosafot's focusing on the fact here that the squatter did not get any benefit in the case of zeh lo nehana v'zeh chaser. Even though he caused loss to the owner of the chaser, of the courtyard, the squatter himself did not get any direct benefit by sleeping in the courtyard, and therefore that's why he doesn't have to pay. Ta'afilu girsho chavero mibeito v'na'al delet b'fanav, that even if somebody would kick out his friend from his house and lock the door in his face, right, which would also be a case of what? Zeh lo nehana v'zeh chaser, right? If you kick somebody out of their house, now they're chaser, they have to go rent another place to go to sleep, but you're not benefiting, you're not using the house. Okay, so even if we had a case like that, ein zeh ela grama ba'alma, you would also be better because this is only considered to be merely indirect causation. Grama means indirect causation. So Tosafot's whole point here is that Tosafot bring up a case of zeh lo nehana v'zeh chaser, which the Gemara did not discuss. And Tosafot is assuming that in that case of zeh lo nehana v'zeh chaser, that the squatter would be patur, because since they did not directly get benefit from the loss that they caused, we consider it indirect causation, right? Grama, and therefore they're patur. Grama, we actually learned earlier in the year, grama b'nezikin patur. When you indirectly cause damage to happen, you're patur for it.